Today we're going to do the luck of the Irish. I'm not very good at being a comedian either. So I found this little thing last year, this little, what is the leprechaun? Oh my gosh, my memory's slipping. This little leprechaun last year. And I found him at Big Lots when I was out of town. So he's been in my stash all this time, guys. And I took he had a colonoscopy today, poor feller. And anyway, this is what we're going to do today. So, say hi, and we're moving on, big guy. I'm going to lay him right over there. What I fixed up for us today is a 14-inch elevated. This is elevated. I got this at Craft Outlet. And I buy that tinsel rope that is in a roll. It comes in 25 feet. And I get it there at Craft Outlet when they've got it. Okay? When they've got it. Hi, Sharon. So I cut my ties to 12 inches. And that's how I put them on, guys. I went ahead and put 8 around the bottom, just like I would if it was pipe cleaners. They're about 4 1/4 inches apart. I just pulled them over, put one, pulled it over, put one. Did the same thing on the inside with 8 ties. Okay. So let me sort of zoom in. We can go ahead and open our ties here. And then I will move the view down to where y'all guys can see it. Man, whoever sent me the bad weather again, here I go. Not bad. It's not bad. It is cold. I am cold to my bones, guys. And it's supposed to get colder tonight. But I shall endure. Have my husband build me a big fire, right, guys? Okay. So let's come in some. I don't want to make you sick or anything. So there we are. Can y'all guys see okay? This is all new to me, so and I want you to be able to see okay. So tonight for my meshes, I chose two 10-inch meshes. Okay? We made a gnome, Irish gnome, St. Patrick's Day's gnome with this one. Fire sounds good. Hi, Mary. Hi, Melinda. I'm doing good. I love that. So I love this mesh so much, I'm going to bring it in again tonight. This is black, and it's got a gold trim around it, okay? Then I'm going to bring in this green here. And this is what they call heavy full, all full. It's changed names through the years about what people want to call it. And I'm going to use it and alternate with it. I thought this would be two pretty combinations. So what I've done is I only cut this mesh to 28 inches. It's going to be plenty thick, plenty full. I didn't see any need of cutting it any longer. Hi, Renee. I am located in Southwest Texas, in a little town called Del Rio, Texas. We are a border town. Oh, I'm sorry, Janie. I'll keep you in my prayers and thoughts. Get better. Hey, thank you, Juju. Yeah, if y'all wouldn't mind spreading some love for me, I would dearly appreciate that. We all need a little love. So what I did was just like a woodland ruffle. I rolled it 3 times on each end, and then I just ruffled it up the middle, and I'm just tying it in. And like I said, I'm going to alternate it with this one. These are the last few pieces on getting close to the end of the row. And I'm making big curls, guys. If I see that it only needs to be curled twice, I'll just curl it twice. Oh, you're so welcome. And this is basically to hide any fray, to keep the edges from being exposed. You're never going to combat all of the fray. Don't we wish there was an easy way to do that? Isn't that green lovely? It is so pretty. I tell you guys, I was so tired earlier. I got up super early this morning. I went in yonder. I was working in here, and I had everything ready for tonight and some stuff. And I told my husband, I said, if I lay down, and I don't take naps during the days, guy. And so I took me about a 45-minute nap. And I feel a lot refreshed. Now I just hope I can sleep tonight, guys. That's my only problem with taking those types of naps. Hi, Elga. Hope you're doing fine tonight, doll. So I just rolled them 3 times. Then I'm just ruffling it. Pushing with my thumbs and pulling back with my fingers till I get to the end. Oops. Then I gather it up. Come right over here. And I always pull this one back when I go to put it in. It's just, I've gotten so in the habit of just automatically doing it. Hi, Cindy. Oh, how long did I cut them? To 28 inches. Just to 28 inches. So I figured what I would do with my leftover mesh is that I make some smaller wreaths. And so I figured I'd just make a little small one with it and jazz it up. North Carolina, all right. Well, I am super glad to have you. Yes, it's like you go around. I'm putting them like you go around. I'll show you with this one. So pushing with those thumbs, creating a dam that all of that mesh backs up into, pull them together, and then I've got my tie open right here, and I'm laying them down just like this, going with the frame. Some people lay them the other direction. I do on occasion, but not a lot. Yeah, you needed to rest. Yeah, I bet. Ruffle them up next to each other. Let me get that one before it falls off. That would be a sight. Well, hello, Miss Connie Hood. How are you? And on this one, here, let me stretch that out. Works a little better with something a little heavy. Clamp it. Then all I'm doing is flipping it around. At this point, your chip clip, you can use a clothespin or whatever, should be heavy enough to hold that steady while you do the other end and ruffle it right up the middle. Put it in there tight, just twisting it like one time. That's all it's needing. And like I said, I cut the mesh to 28 inches. It's really not a fold. It just depends on the type of mesh. See, like this one here, it's a little stiffer mesh. And so it actually rolls a lot easier, okay? And then I'll show you on the black one. The black one is stiffer on the edges and not so much in the middle. Okay. going to put this in, and I'll show you what I mean on that black one. Okay, let's get us another one. Excuse me, guys. So this one isn't as stiff as the green one. So it looks more like, and I probably am pressing down more to get it, but it actually does roll over. I'm not creasing it or anything. It just really depends on the mesh. And this one, like I said, is stiffer here, but not as stiff in the middle of it. Yes, this is Deco Mesh. All this regular Deco Mesh is okay for this, yeah. Yes, it is. This is, the black is actually just a Deco Mesh with a border that's got the metallic. And the green is metallic throughout. But it's still held together. Hi, Brenda. But it's still held together by Deco Mesh. It's just got more lines of the metallic in it. Like every other line is like a metallic. You're so welcome. Not a problem. I can't remember if, when we did our other St. Patty's Day wreath, if we laid down, I don't think we did. Oh, I know what we did on it. We did just some small messy ruffles, and then we put curls in all over it. That's exactly what we did with it. And it turned out so cute. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So whatever's everybody working on, I ask that question every week, but I feel that it can change from day to day. I wasn't going to do any more Valentine's or St. Patrick's Day. Valentine's? Good. Awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to do one more. I did that one the other night on that Unique in the Creek board. And what I ended up doing on that, guys, I went ahead and made another bow and put on it. I didn't use the embellishments that I had pulled out at the end. I didn't think it looked right. So I just did another big bow. Valentine's snowman wreath. Awesome. Winter. Awesome, awesome. So y'all have been busy. That reminds me, I did list 3 different kits in my shop, Desert Wreath Creations on Etsy. If y'all, it's just, they're gnomes with plush gnomes, and I sublimated, they're 6x6. That one doesn't look right. Let me get that out of there. Didn't hang right or something. There. 6x6 little sublimated signs that are individual to each wreath kit. Thank you. I love that black. Yeah. There, now that looks better. Okay. So we're done with the outside, guys, already. Doesn't that just shine like gold? Ain't that what these little leprechauns are supposed to be? Luck of the Irish. So here we go. And now let's do these on the inside. This is just a 14-inch elevated wreath form that I put the ties on it myself. I buy them in a roll. If you luck out, you can get them from Craft Outlet. Lots of times they're out of them. Okay, let's mosey right here and put this one. Putting it down the same way, pulling these up, giving it a twist. You want to make sure you've got this mesh and this underneath it pulled apart, and then as you start putting mesh in, going around, make sure you pull them apart. I think they look great together. I think they really do. Black looks good with anything, guys. So I'm just doing the same thing, pushing that one to the side. Getting it as close as I can in the middle. Twisting it. Bringing this one up. Pulling these back, guys. And now I want to make sure that I've got the sides butted up like so. On to my next one. Got that one a little crooked. There we go. If I'm going to guess where I got that black and gold, I'm going to probably say either Craft Outlet or the Wreath Shop. That's usually where I get most of my mesh. I get some from wholesalers, but that wouldn't have been one of them. Okay. Let me get my little hand in there. Pull it to the side. Got stuck there. There we go. See how pretty those it's looking on the top? Just curling there. Wish they had more stores that you could just, you know, walk into. Something similar to Hobby Lobby, but, well, I know that they've got like Sims and Carolina Pottery and a lot of places like that, but they're more northern. You know, there's nothing like that close to me. I'd like to go to those places one of these days. May have to take a vacation in a U-Haul. Because I would have to, because I would never know when I'd get to go back. Oh, for the football. Whoa. I bet that turned out pretty. The Steelers, eh? That's what I probably need to get for my daughter and son-in-law is a football wreath for their front door. Yeah, but that gold and black would be perfect for the Steelers. Some of the teams don't have very, I mean, their colors aren't very appealing. Which I'm not a huge football fan. I used to be years ago. No, but I plan on going to the Dallas market. Now, I know they had a market just this last weekend. But I'll have to get my dates down better. How are you, Roberta? Thank you. Because my brother lives right outside of Dallas, and my nephew and them live in Dallas. So I'm surely they could put their aunt up for one night or two. Or I might just want to stay there. They'd probably tell me no. It's getting full, guys, through here. We could have gotten away with... I wanted it to be pretty full. Even though the Leprechaun is not very heavy, especially after he had his procedure earlier today. Yeah. Oh, UMC. How cool that would be. Dallas Cowboy fan. I bet your neighbor loved it. No. Okay, it's getting real tight, so I'm just going to try to keep my back of my hand going in. Still continue to pull them up. Jimmy Cricket. Try to find room for this last one. Okay, got the tie ready. So this will be the last piece of mesh. going in. He did. Oh. Okay. Here we go. Huh. You push that one over. Push this one back. There we go. It's gonna make it. There we go. There's our base, guys. Isn't that adorable? Stinking adorable. There, that curl didn't look right. Nice and fluffy, thick. It's got a really good base. Okay. All right, guys, I want you to see y'all. So I'm going to go over the ribbons with you guys. So I have like several different colors of gold, but this one is like a little fuzzy gold ribbon. And I love, this is one of my favorites. Oh, thank you, Janie. You're so sweet. So we're going to put some gold in it. This is going to be our main ribbon tonight. And this is a 2.5. This is the black stripe with the hat and then the clovers on it with the gold centers here. And then we're going to also alternate this black and white with this gold and green and white stripe. So we're only going to be using 3 ribbons. And then we're going to be bringing some more ribbons in to the mix. Okay? So let's get down here. So how do I decide how long I'm going to cut my mesh? What I do is I look at the type of a mesh that I'm wanting to use. I look at how thick it is and how big the frame is that I'm going to use. So the thicker the mesh, you can get by with shortening the length of what you cut the mesh to. And also, if you've got your ties are real close together, and they're real close together on this one, so I knew with that thick mesh, it wouldn't take much to really make this one fill in and pop. Okay, so I cut our ribbons tonight to 12 inches, guys. Fold them in half. Okay, I'm going to leave them in the middle tonight. And then I'm going to ruffle them right up the middle. I'm going to pull it towards me. And I think I'm going to do the gold with our little leprechaun ribbon or our St. Patty's Day ribbon in the green ones. And that way, by doing every other one, hi Susan, that will put this gold and green stripe in the black ones. This is going to be a really rich looking wreath. I love these ribbons. Now I did get these ribbons at all but the gold. The gold is a paper Mart ribbon. I've got it in gold and silver, and I love to use it whenever it calls for silver or gold. So I like the texture of it. The St. Patrick's Day ribbons. Oh, I'm sorry, Cindy. Thank you, Susan. The St. Patrick's Day ribbons came from Michelle's Adorable Creations. She's got her own website, and plus she sells on Etsy. I'm just going to curl these little ties backwards. There we go. And that's what we're looking at right there, guys, with those ribbons. Thank you. I made some little pots of gold to go on here along with our little, oh, I'm wanting to say elf, guys. And I know it's not an elf. Thank you. It's our leprechaun. God, I had to think for that one for a minute. I'm wanting to call it a gnome today, an elf today, everything but a leprechaun today. Leprechauns, I know. Losing it, guys, losing it. This leprechaun came from Big Lots last year. I found him at Big Lots last year. He still had the little sticker on him. So, like I said, I must have been out of town because I don't live close to Big Lots. I think it's when I went to see my brother. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it is because I think it was the end of their sale, or they had a sale on stuff because it was in March last year. Yeah, the leprechaun. I got to remember to call it that. You know that green elf thing? Yeah, they had, yeah, because that year I was able to get a few St. Patrick's Day supplies because it was close. It was at the end of the season, and I had gone by out of town because I don't have a Hobby Lobby here. I don't have anything here. And they had St. Patty's Day supplies, and so did Big Lots. But when it's like that, I always get, if I'm able to get a few things, because you don't ever know if they're going to be there the next year, or me, if I'm basically going to be around one. I need to make more time and start just trying to feel my way around San Antonio I've never took the time to go over there except for a couple of times, and thank goodness for, you know, Google Maps. Say what you want and they'll take you to 10 of them. I like that. But it takes all day. Need to go spend the night. That way I'll have 2 whole days before I have to come home. So do you guys make a lot of St. Patrick's Day wreaths or no? I usually end up just making one during the season. Oh, really? You know, ribbons have just been strange. And then all these places getting their supplies in late, you know, which is aggravating for us. But, man, they're left with a lot, you know, unless, because that's how they stay open, is to sell it. But people, you know, they're just not getting supplies in. They've had them ordered, but they're just not getting them in. Okay, this is looking pretty cool. You would think I would have a wreath for every season to go on my door. I'll have to make one for myself again. I made me one last year live, on a live. It was a personalized wreath. And I think that was the only one I had ever made to go on my door. Isn't that sad? Did you really? You go, girl. My husband is Irish. I should at least have a St. Patty's Day wreath for him. So is the weather pretty chilly up north, guys? I know y'all had that same front move in that we got clipped with, but I got an alert. Oh, that's sweet, Elga. Oh, awesome, Janie. Okay, guys. Finish the ribbons around the outside. I think they look darling. You're sitting under an electric blanket. Oh my gosh, proceeding negative 35 in Vermont. Oh my goodness, guys. I definitely don't want any of that weather. Oh, thank you. No. I don't mind going and visiting cold weather, but I just, you know, y'all hear me harp on it enough. I'm just not a cold weather faring person. I know, right? Oh my gosh, Susan. Well, I guess I'm complaining of like 29, 30 degrees, or when it doesn't get above 54, 55. It seems to me I don't have anything to complain about when I hear how cold it is for you guys. I am looking. Here they are. Oh my gosh. Roberta. Ooh. If you call that spoiled. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I just cut that off because it's a little long. And I bent it back and behind my ribbons so that I could spread my ribbon out on the top, guys. And that not get in my way. Then we're going to move on to the next one. I see a little. You know, the negative stuff's what's scary. Oh my gosh, 20 there, negatives. 25 and 30, no way. So what are your summers like then? Are the summers like in the 70s all the time? Or, you know, really mild, nice? Oh my gosh. I would probably say sick being that kind of cold weather. Because I'm sure y'all get out in it all the time and it's not a problem. I would have one of those like fur parkas. Summers are 90s. Well, that's not bad. '80s. Yeah. I guess you trade one for the other a lot with high humidity. Yeah. Thank you, Shirley. Yeah, I've heard that about Georgia. Humid and hot during the summer. Okay. Get these little stinkers pulled out. I pull on mine pretty hard. Thank you. Get to coughing here. Need a leprechaun? Yeah. If you live close to a Big Lots, you might check. They may have some this year too. I love the feel of this ribbon too. Really nice. We just about boogied around this. Not too much more to go. Good. Yeah, check it out. I know one year I was there, they had gnomes. And I think that might have been where I got my little St. Patty's Day gnome that I made the wreath with here a while back. And I think I picked up a couple of, there weren't real big signs, and that's what I'm going to use on a, since I have some of this mesh left over, make a small wreath. And I think I'll use one of those small signs. Oh, thank you. I love black anyway, and then when I found that, seen that ribbon, and I even like this green and gold stripe 1.5 inch too. Just match this other ribbon real nice. Got to go to town tomorrow. Mail some things. Some days I'd rather take a beating. I was fixing to say, I've got 2 sets of ribbons left. I only seen one tie, but there's 2 down in there. Okay. Sounds like me, Olga. Okay, last set of ribbons. And then we're going to make us a bow. Yeah. And it'll be colder or whatever than if you'd have just went ahead and went. Yeah, I hear you. I put it off to the last minute if possible. Okay. Last one. stretch you out here, guys. This is what we've got so far. Yes, it does, doesn't it? This is going to be our little feller. Isn't he stinking adorable? Oh, he is too cute. We could go ahead and put him on right quick and make a bow. Okay. So, like I said, he had a colonoscopy earlier today to get his rocks. And let's see, let's pull this back over here. I want him to sit up high. And then I may just make him cross his legs, sort of like so. Like that. Yeah, I love that, don't you? Okay, let's get my little awl. Yeah, using the 12-inch tails is the way to go, especially if you're using a beautiful mesh and you still want to see it. You know, why hide it? It's gorgeous. It just puts in that two-tone color. So I think I'm going to, let me see where I'm going to have to put him. Okay, I'm going to have to do right back here in his little noggin. So I just pinch him. Let me do it from this side. Just stick in my little awl. It's like an ice pick. Here we go. Twist him. And back here, they'll put some in his little twizzle britches. There's a seam, and I go way under the seam. Actually, I had to, when I did his to take that little sack of rocks out, on him, he had an extra layer under there, so I had to go through both, which they both had seams. Let me see here. There we are. This material isn't as easy to get through. To get the pipe cleaner through, you have to keep going right back in. There we go. Finally. Oh, Elga, you're too funny. Yes, ma'am, I've done a lot of surgeries lately. So I'm going to turn him towards me so I can see where I want his little noggin to go. Up a little higher. And then I'm going to get out my little weaving needle here. And I'm just going to try to get both of these through at the same time. Gonna feed that through, filling underneath with my hand, so I know that where I need to put him at, so I can get him on by the wires. Yeah, getting it through the other. I don't know, it might. You know, there are those plastic tip needles. But I have a metal one. I just don't ever think to pull it out for that. That's a very good idea. I may have to. I keep them, you know, those metal big upholstery needles. I use those a lot too in my crafting. Okay. Come here, mister. Let's get you your back put down there. You know, this is probably the most embellishments like these characters that I've ever put in wreaths, guys. I've never really been one to do a lot of them. And who would have thought as many as I've done? Okay. I like that. I'm going to take just a drop of glue right there. Me and my glue gun, guys. Watch out. Okay, now we're going to set him over there and let's make a bow. I'll need that for the bow. All right, guys. We're going to make a pretty wide bow and around. And like I said, I've got just a couple of, oh, and I turned them under. That's okay. We'll figure something out. Let's see. I'm going to add some black check. Making sure I have enough. If not, I pulled another row. Okay. Let me come in so y'all can see. How's that, guys? Okay. Thank you. Okay. So let's make us an 8-inch tail because we're going to make it sort of a round. Push it down, squish it, twist it really close to your pegs, guys. Let's come out here to the 7. Let's put it between the pegs before the work. Twist it real tight. I'm going to move this one up to the top. This ribbon is glittered also. Come out here to the 7. Smash it down. We're going to keep our loops fluff, guys, and in position. Let's pull this one out. Scissors. Thought about bringing this one down just a little longer. Still got a little bit. Might can use it to highlight a bow or something. Okay. Now let's pull in this one. This is a pandy ribbon, but it's a green and a black. Okay. It's not really going to be as sexy as like the red with the white and so forth. So we're going to come out here. Well, we're going to come down first. We're going to come down this time. So I'm going to, like so. I'm going to come out here to the 6.5. I'm going to twist. I'm going to bring it towards me. It may. We'll look at that in just a second when we hold it up straight. I just didn't want it to flop forward, so it may need that, Joy. We'll look at it. Put a little bit of that green. Yeah, I'll get a pen for that one in a minute. let's go ahead and pull in some gold. Well, hello, Miss Ashley. Pull this one out to the 6. And pull it back in. Just pull that up. Keeping everything fluff. To the 6. Pull it down a little. And now let's bring in this really pretty ribbon we've been using. Make sure we've got everything fluff. Yeah, this one needs to come down. I'm going to twist it tight. This is going to be a 5.5. Keep it fluffed up. Five and a half. Get this one back on there. And then let's put I'm always checking my ribbons, guys. That's just me. I don't know why then. There. That one should be up there. And let's put this one at the top. Those are pretty ribbons. Oh, I knew I haven't. Okay, yeah. Oh, I had another ribbon over there. That's okay. This one's big enough. Oh, that hurt my ears. Okay. And for this one, I've got some, this is 5/8 inch ribbon, and it's a green glittered. Which I thought would look really pretty. It's just like a little center loop. It's wired. So I'm just going to twist it. Put us a little loop right there in the center. Probably cut that a little too long. I'll have fun rolling that back up. Excuse me. Okay. Take 2 pipe cleaners, twist them together, tight, tight, tight. Go ahead and fold it in half. I'm going to come up here, I'm going to hold my peg, okay, and I'm going to pull all of this up. I'm going to take my 2 fingers, spread it, the pegs, straddle the pegs, and then I'm going to pull it off. Then I'm going to go on each side where those pegs were. And it's going to come out right between my fingers. Move them tight together. Okay. Pull them tight. Hold it still. Okay. Maneuver my tails. Sort of turn it around. You know, I can't answer that because I've never used unwired ribbon. I've always used wired ribbon, so I don't know. I don't know. If you ever try it though, but let me know how it works. I don't even think I own any unwired ribbon. I'm going to take this little center loop, put it right there in the center. I may twist that to where it looks like a buckle. I think that's what I'm going to do. And there we go, guys. Just a little bit of shimmer. So let's move this over. Let's bring this over. Before we do, let's stand him up and let's look at his noggin. So that's about straight up and down. I think his head looks fine right there. I think that if he would lean any further, he would tilt over. Okay, so let's take our bow. Let's see where we want all of this. I want those down longer on the bottom. Yeah. Okay, let's take our, he looks good? Good. Yeah. You know, sometimes I have to make changes once I get him on my wall and on a wreath hook. You just don't ever know. Good. Well, I'm just sure glad Joy mentioned that because if I could do it, I sure was going to. Okay. Let's get this off right there. Okay, so let me pull on it. I like that little splash of small ribbon green. Looks great, Stan. It's hard to tell, Joy. I'm telling you, it is. I've rearranged so much stuff. Okay. Let's clip this. Love this ribbon. Cute, cute. And get this one. Little belt. Okay. I've got these little pots of gold that I made. I'm thinking I may have to, I'm only going to put a couple, but I'm going to have to. What I'm doing is I'm cutting a piece of a pot cleaner. I'm going to take it and I'm going to wire it where I cut my other ties off already. Thank you. I'm going to take this, pull it to the back. I'm going to have to wrap those around each other. Always try to leave them just a little bit longer for that reason. Let me just put one just right down there so he can have his pot of gold. Right there. Let me bring it in. See if you can see that pot of gold. And if I hang it on the wall and see that it needs more, I'll do that. He's shaking. But I think he looks just sort of hi-ho laid back.